Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Trainwreckers. Unfortunately, Illyria will not be joining us this session either, so I will be playing her character. Last we left off, the party was exploring more of the Great Labyrinth of Tyrion. They found out a little bit more lore last session, and upon a natural 20, Oven discovered that there are tiny little holes in some parts of the maze that lead to other sections. Peering through one of them, and upon a successful perception check, they found a figure walking towards the south with wisps of blue energy going off of its boots. The party made the choice to send their familiars after and follow at a safe distance, where the familiars followed this creature for a bit, and upon detection, this creature, now revealed as a Fulman, nearly killed Devlin, the pseudo-dragon, but was thankfully saved by Bandok. We start off this next scene with you guys running into the maze, just seeing Bandok block another arrow with his shield. And you see the Fulman. The wisps of electricity off of this thing now are beginning to crackle as the blue energy seems to almost take on a more intense glow. The Fulman puts its longbow across its back, draws a great axe in one hand, and just begins slowly walking towards you. I need everyone to roll initiative. I will roll for Illyria, Kiana, and Jovengard.
3! What a great start to the night.
Wow!
What a great start to the night.
Shit, dude.
Number 19.
1. I'm dead.
10? 1. Okay.
He
All
rolled
right.
a 2.
You're not very good at it. Alright. Hold on. I need to pull up like 4 different character sheets. Give me a minute. Kiana. Alright, we're good. Alright,
Oh,
25 to 20. And oh shit, I need to roll for the Fulman.
And I need to roll for Familiar.
Yeah, you do.
As do you, actually.
Oh yeah, for Illyria. Illyria's not going to use Devlin in well, if you want. She's not going to use Devlin
No,
in
she
combat.
wouldn't use Devlin.
She wouldn't use Devlin in combat. Okay, Fulman got that. Alright. 25 to 20 in terms of initiatives.
Hang on. 25 to 20, you said? I got a 22, so I'm at the top.
Alright, Illyria got a 23. Roll a natural 20 and she has +3.
Cool.
Alright, 20 to 15.
Fump got 15.
Okay. Alright, in descending order, Kiana got 19. The Fulman got 18. And Flump got 15.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And then just go down to 5. Trust me, just go down to 5.
What about Jovengard?
Jovengard got a 12. And from 10 below.
I got a 1.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Alright. Alright, at the start of combat, Illyria manages to rush a little bit forward, sort of staying around you, Bandok, as she... What is Illyria gonna do? Alright, she's gonna use a spell slot to cast Hunter's Mark on the Fulman. And just take a shot.
Does she know about the whole shield thing? Like, okay. Over and over, we've gotten all sorts of bits and pieces about that shield.
Okay, I'll tell you the effects.
I'm pretty sure Bandok should just know all of the effects of the shield if he's attuned.
You would at this point. For everyone watching, the effects of the shield are it put a curse on him, and it doesn't matter if you're holding the shield or not. Once you've attuned to it, you're cursed. The cursed is any ranged weapon attack that is made, and the cursed person is within 10 feet of the target, the attack will automatically go towards them.
So would she be standing right next to Bandok is what I'm asking.
The target is not within 10 feet of Bandok.
Okay.
It only matters if the target of the attack is within 10 feet.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so she's going to cast Hunter's Mark on the Fullman and draw and shoot her bow. Hitting, dealing d8s. There they are. Dealing a total of 7 plus 3, 10 points of piercing damage to the Fullman. You see Illyria run up, draw a little bit of arcane interference on the Fullman before she releases an arrow. The arrow just right into the armor, and it doesn't seem to have had much of an effect as it should have. Okay, so Alvin, you're up.
So this thing's kind of all on its own, just further away from us, right?
Yes, it would. I would say it would be about with Bandok being up in the front, it would be about 30 feet away at this point.
Okay, no need to hold back on this thing, I guess, then. I'll go with... It's not a person, so that wouldn't work. It's undead.
It counts as a fiend.
Okay, that is also not a person, though, so...
Correct, so hold person would not work.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll just cast Shatter, then.
Shatter, that's thunder damage, correct?
Yes.
Alright, what's the save it needs to make?
It needs to make a... Does that say Charisma? That can't be. Constitution save of 13.
Constitution save, okay. Okay, Alright, that is a total of 24 on the save.
I feel like it makes it. I don't know about you guys, I think it made the save.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
$18, so 9.
Alright, 18 halved to 9 because it made the saved, and halved to 5 because it's resistant to thunder damage.
Alright.
Alright, so...
Alright. I don't think I can do anything else, so, yeah.
No. What's the range on Shatter?
I believe it's 60 feet, but I'll double check. Range is, 60 feet.
Alright, so you raise up your hand, performing the components, and there's just a loud ringing sound centered directly on the Fullman. It, like, stumbles briefly, but, but keeps on advancing.
Cool.
Kiana is, Kiana's gonna do what Kiana's gonna do, and, she's going...
Aura.
What?
He's gonna aura.
Yeah, Kiana's going to sprint up towards this thing, dashing past you, Bandok, and it started advancing, so it's about 20 feet from you. She's going to rush up to it and attempt to do a stunning strike. As she rushes up, bringing her foot around, and you can see a bit of a glow of ki. The Fullman just catches Kiana's foot and, like, flips her over. Yeah. Moving back on the momentum, she's going to attempt another attack. And she actually manages to sink her fist right into the gut of this thing, but it doesn't even flinch. Alright, that's her turn. Alright, that brings it to the Fullman's turn. With Kiana right in front of it, you see it take its great axe and just blindingly fast make 2 strikes against Kiana, much faster than you'd expect from a creature that size. Okay, the first one is an 18 to hit, which hits, and the second one is a 15 to hit. So one of them hits. You see Kiana just managed to duck out of the way of the first great axe's swing as it goes over her head, but the Fullman lifts up and then just does a single blow down right onto her shoulder, dealing... hold on, I need to find its attack. Dealing 15... Dealing 23 points of slashing damage. As you see this, it actually sink a couple inches into her shoulder, and Kiana just screams out in pain. All right, Fwump's turn. What's he gonna do?
He's going to just sort of move to the back of everything and just sort of start licking his paw. And just, man,
Very useful.
yep. I mean, what else is he going to do right now, at least? I mean,
Yeah.
he could do something in future, but it's not a thing he's going to like to do. So, we'll see how that goes.
Jovengard is going to rush up closer to Kiana, and using his bonus action, he is going to spend 2 points of his healing light to heal her. Okay, she heals 9 hit points. And he's just going to Eldritch Blast her. Eldritch Blast the Fulman, sorry. What's his bonus on that? Okay. The first one to hit is a 13, which hits, and a 21, which also hits. So, okay, he deals a total of 16 points of force damage to this thing. All right, that ends his turn. Bandok, you're up.
Oh boy. Alright, time to do what I do best. Charge it.
All right, you're charging. Go ahead.
Okay, let me just check. Okay. 17.
Hits.
Right, I'll use my charger feet to push it back 10 feet.
Gotcha. Does it need to make a save for that? Or is it just if you hit?
No, it's just if I have at least 10 foot build up.
Gotcha. Alright, it would have tried to parry, but the AC is too high. Or your to hit was too high. Go ahead and make an attack. Or roll damage.
Four, and I'm adding Radiant Smite.
Okay. Alright, at what level? Oh wait, yeah, you only have level 1 spells now, right
So
now.
that's 3d8 since it's an undead.
It is counted as a fiend, not an undead.
Isn't
Okay,
radiant
it does
damage
it
against
as well.
good against fiends as well?
It is. That's an extra 22 damage for a total of 26.
Jesus Christ, Bandok. Okay, total of 26 damage. The actual impact from your shield doesn't seem to do too much damage to it, but the sudden blast of radiant energy that just actually knocks this thing head over heels and goes tumbling back about 10 feet. That seemed to have do a good amount of damage to it.
Makes me wish I had more spell slots left, but that was my last one.
I need a calculator. Alright, was that 114? You said a total of 22. Okay, gotcha. Gurman, you're up.
How far away is it from me?
At this point, it's probably a good 30 feet from you specifically, because It was within 20 feet. Bandok charged it, knocked it away. Now it's about 30 feet from you.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to put Hexblade's Curse on it.
All right. All right, and what will you do for your action?
Then I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at it.
All right.
$20.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your effects. And I do need to know what types of damage it ends up being.
Total of 11 for the first part.
Okay.
And I'm picking cold damage.
Cold damage, all right.
Now I'm going to roll the second.
So 11 points of cold damage, halved to 6 because it's resistant.
Okay, so that's thunder, cold, physical. I want to say.
Actually, there's still more to roll for this. There's also 1d6.
Okay, roll that damage too.
Three.
All right, another 3 points of damage. You gather your magical energy in your hand, just blast this thing with just random chaotic energy, and actually knocks its shoulder back as it's trying to stand up. All right, back to the start of combat. Illyria is up. All right, using her bonus action, she's going to use Planar Warrior on this thing, and then make another attack. Got a 9 plus 7 for her longbow, which hits. So 2d8 plus Hunter's Mark plus 3. Okay, so 10, 16, 19 damage against this thing. As you see Illyria's bow light up with a sort of white energy, as just a bolt of force rockets out of that, slamming into the Fullman's face.
Sorry, mic cable.
Okay. Who's up next? Oven, you're up.
Okay. What's the range on this? It was 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 46 all, 44 plus 4. So yeah, okay. I'm going to move in to within 15 feet.
Oh, you see Oven just charge up, preparing some sort of spell, and...
Yeah, Burning Hands at 2nd level.
All right. As you rush up, you slide to your knees, gather the magical energy, make the hand sign, and just a gout of fire blasts out against the Fullman. You see the flames wash over it, but nothing happens.
Alrighty.
You pour more power into the spell to increase the intensity, but nothing happens. The Fullman just seems unaffected by the fire.
Okay.
Hold on, let me just update the Fullman's bit on our player notes section.
For what you know so far, it is resistant to thunder, cold, physical attacks, and is immune to fire. Oh wait, no, Bandok. Sorry. It's immune to non-magical attacks. So, Your shield should have done full damage. It was 4 damage, right? I'll just minus another 2.
Okay.
Okay, because your lodestone shield counts as magical.
Yeah, it's a magical implement, so
Yeah.
technically counts.
All right. Who's up next in the initiative?
Kiana.
Kiana is actually going to back up from this thing because it just nearly killed her in a single swipe. It's going to take an opportunity attack against her.
Is it even close to her? It was knocked back after she did it.
Oh, never mind. So Kiana's actually just going to hold her action and waiting for it to come to her. She's going to take the dodge action. Don't let this thing touch you. Does a hell of a bite. Packs a hell of a punch, I was gonna say, but whatever. All right, that brings it to the Fullman. Oven, you see, since you're the closest to this thing, you see it holding its great axe in one hand. It takes its hand, a small of electrical energy comes out of it, and it points to a little bit past you. A little bolt of electricity comes out, drops between you, Kiana, and Bandok, and then just an explosion of lightning and thunder. Just a deafening noise. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
Alrighty. That's decent, thank God.
All of
Kiana.
us, or
All of you. Well, no, except Gurman, you're not within. You're not
neither
within.
is Illyria, right?
Yeah, no, it is Bandok and Oven. I need you guys to make Constitution saving. Kiana fails hers. Oven, you fail yours.
9.
And Bandok, you fail yours.
Oh boy.
So you guys take. Okay, each of you take 2 points of lightning damage and 2 points of thunder damage, and you are all deafened as the just terrible ringing in your ears, and that's all you can hear. Kiana actually drops out of her dodge action, clutching her ears.
Ma,
And Oven,
ma.
yeah, you're essentially doing that, and you open your eyes, and what you see is a great axe mid-swing towards your face.
Okay.
What's your AC?
It's currently 18, I believe, because I've got mage armor up.
All right, you just and manage to duck out as the great axe swings over your head.
Cool.
All right, that ends the Fullman's turn. Who is up next? I believe it is.
What great contribution will Flux make?
Use roll out.
Yeah, Fwump, use roll out. It just sort of rolls along and tries to bump the guy's shoe, I guess. Yes,
Sure.
I'm actually doing
I-
this. Go for it.
Sure, roll something.
Man, you must really want to be familiar.
Roll an athletics check for the hell of it. For
All right.
Flump.
I remember the last game when we rolled out athletics checks for Fwump, who has, I think, it's a strength check, is athletics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check what. Fuck, where's my companions? There it is. Oh, he has a -3. That's lovely.
That's worse than me.
He got a 3.
It doesn't really matter what he rolled unless it was a natural 1, because the Fullman got a natural 1 on its strength check.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
So
That's
Flump,
amazing.
so Flump jumps up into the air into like a spin dash, and just rolls and hits the Fullman's leg, bonk, as it gets knocked prone.
That's amazing.
Okay, can Fwump just like get a level or something from that? I feel like he deserves it.
He's gonna
He
get
really
something
does.
from that.
Your Flump is evolving.
I'm glad I suggested this.
Who's next?
I think. No, it's Jovengard.
Jovengard is rather impressed with that.
Why?
because he didn't.
That
fucking
was
expect-
freaking impressive.
It
Yeah.
really was. Thick
Okay.
He's
raccoon
going
is
to
powerful.
point at the Fullman and blast out a guiding bolt. As you see him like stick his arm up, and then just this blast of radiant energy. That definitely hits with a 24. That's 6d6 radiant damage. Fuck. Wait, it would have. Wait, it's a ranged attack, so it would have disadvantage
Yeah,
because of the
disadvantage.
Fullman is knocked prone. Doesn't fucking matter.
Cool.
Alright, hits. Dealing 10, 21, 24 points of radiant damage as this thing is just getting up off the ground, and you see it gets knocked back to the ground from this massive radiant bolt that Jovengard blasted out. It was 24, yeah. Alright, who's up next?
That would be me.
Bandang.
Bandok.
Is it? At this point, how far is it away from me?
It'd be
About,
10
fi-
feet.
about,
right?
about 10 feet, yeah.
Also, you have advantage on melee attacks. Just as a reminder, because it's prone.
Right then, I'm gonna charge it.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll with advantage because it's prone.
Not 20!
Fuck.
Fuck.
That's a lot
Roll
of damage.
damage. And for the sake of this, because it's prone, I'll have roll damage, add the modifier, and then double that total. Because this is a pretty brutal crit. Yeah, for like flavor text, if a crit would be like brutally
6.
effective. 6 plus, okay, 6 total plus the 5 for charger, so 11 doubled to 22.
Do you just like elbow drop it with your shield or something?
Okay,
is what I
you
was-
see,
Yes, I elbow
you see,
drop it with my fucking
you
shield.
see Bandar jump up,
Charging star.
two taps on the edge, charging forward, jumps up, 2 taps on the bottom of the shield, smash right into this thing's neck. You see it actually, its skeletal mouth open, and just emanates from its throat. It's still alive, but
It probably wishes it wasn't.
yeah, if it was
Well,
alive, you would have decapitated it. Gurman, you're up.
I'm going to use my bonus action to light my sword on fire.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move to do a melee attack on it as well.
All right, with advantage because it's prone still.
Why did you even bother lighting your sword on fire if it's immune to fire?
It still gives it a damage bonus even without the fire.
Oh, does it? Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
It actually
okay, so go
doesn't.
ahead.
That's extra fire damage.
Oh. I thought the part where it goes from 1d8 to 1d10 wasn't.
That's if you're using 2 hands.
Oh.
Will you use 2 hands?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
It's not
go.
like I'm using my.
All right, so roll to hit. Another
Another
nat.
nat 20!
Roll 1d10 plus your bonus. 1d10, double it, and then add the bonus.
One,
that's
So,
Two
so
plus-
2 points of damage plus your bonus, which is
2, I believe.
no. It should be different for your sword because you're a hexblade.
You wait. What bonus?
Your
The one
bonus
from,
to your damage bonus for your sword.
hang on. I was thinking you meant Hexblade Curse's bonus.
I do mean that too. So with your sword, it's +3, so that would be a total of 5 damage. Plus your Hexblade's curse damage, which is
2.
okay. So a total of 7 points of damage.
That was really unimpressive.
Well,
was
I
rather
mean, the nat
unimpressive.
20 was nice, but it kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, think of it this way.
Illyria-
At
Alright.
least you did something.
Yeah. Font
That's
put in the
fair.
most work. Anyway, Illyria, knowing about the curse, is not going to take a shot. She is going to instead hold. She's going to knock an arrow and hold an attack, and waiting for everyone to get kind of away from this thing, so she doesn't hit anybody. All right. That initiative comes to
Me.
you, Oven.
Me.
What are you doing?
Okay, so let me run down the gamut of things I can't use. So, Frost is out.
It's
Burning
resistant.
Hands. Nope. Do boo boo. Oh, look at that whole person. Nope. Shatter. Okay, looks like I'm using Magic Missile at 2nd level. That's where I am right now.
All right.
So that's 44.
All right. Roll 4d4 plus 4.
$14.
14. You cast Magic Missile as 4 bolts streak out. You see the first one knock into its shoulder on the ground as it sort of spasms a bit. The other one hits its arm as it's trying to pull itself up, and the final 2 just go straight through its head, and it goes limp on the ground.
Did we just fucking win?
Of all things to kill it, 2 criticals, and I get it with fucking Magic Missile. Alright,
That's the nature of the beast.
I guess. I'm basically out of spells, you guys.
I've had
I'm
spells
pretty
for a while
low as
now.
well. I'm pretty low as well.
You guys are pretty tired. Anyway, as Oven deals the final blow, the party sort of holding their breath. You see, like, wisps of blue energy start to exude from the Fullman as its robes just sag and clatter to the ground as it is dead and has vanished into the plains. Left behind are all of its clothes, its great axe, a longbow, and you see a pack that it is carrying, or was carrying.
Who wants a bitchin' great axe?
It is very well made. You see it's sort of a silver great axe with etchings on the head, 2 sharp blades, and it has a sort of gold lining that goes up the thing and makes a design in the center of the head.
Teach Flump to use it. He deserves it.
As amusing as the mental image is,
I missed what he said. I don't know what's going on.
It's a very beautiful great axe, and Gurman said, "Teach Flump to use it."
Hey, he deserves it.
I mean,
Flump put in a lot of work.
it's so fucking stupid. Okay.
It literally it wasn't going to knock down the Fullman unless it crit failed, because it has +8 to strength checks.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
Flop is officially the luckiest member of our party.
And that includes
With a
you.
3, it's the luckiest. Okay. I pick him up and
Doesn't
just
matter.
sort of stare at him. I pick him up with great effort because he's a big boy.
I was gonna say.
I pick him up and I'm just sort of staring at him in the face.
He licks your nose.
Bandot comes over and pats Arvin on the shoulder. I admit, friend Arvin, I had wondered at your choice of familiar, but I see now it was well earned and well chosen. Good job.
Sure. Okay.
Lyria has warmed up to Flump now.
Okay. I thought she already liked him, to be honest.
Oh no, she hated Flop.
To start with, yeah, but I thought she, sort of buried the hatchet, so to speak.
All right.
Illyria doesn't
wanted
bury
to-
hatchets, except in other people.
You see
Precisely.
you see Kiana on the ground, sort of lying on her back, as she just raised a hand up. I, for one, think we need to rest.
I concur.
Yeah.
And Jovengard is breathing heavy too. I'm tapped myself.
So how about that shrine we were at before that has only one exit? So it's easy to
You read my
guard?
mind, friend Arvin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in agreement.
All right. Anything you'd like to do with the remains? Anything remaining in this?
Before we leave,
We could grab the pack and bring
yeah,
it with us to
let's just grab all of the shit and take it with us, and I can do some magic-y shit and see what it is when we're at a semi-safe place, rather than doing it right here.
All right. So you grab the pack. It has just some basic leather armor. And a longbow, which is pretty nice, and the great axe. Are you taking all of it?
Yeah, why not? Right?
All right.
Yeah, take everything. We have a bag of holding.
All right. So you guys walk back to the way you came from, and you see two passages. Passages.
Got
In
there
the maze.
eventually.
One going left and one going right. Make a history check, whoever's leading the party, because you guys did not mark your way after you started chasing the Fullman.
I did. We only went
did?
on one turn, right?
We were chasing. When we left the familiars to follow them, we wasted like the shrine area. Then we had a dead sprint after it.
Yeah, so I'm saying because you did a dead sprint, you didn't mark the walls.
Except, wait a minute.
But we had the familiars following it, so, and I was watching through the familiar, so, and I've been making notes this whole
Yeah,
time.
okay, you'd know. All right, so you guys trek back to the room with the shrine that you were previously in.
Yeah, I kind of don't know where we were, but that's mostly because you never told us that we were running through multiple paths and such. I'm
Yeah,
gonna stop
sorry.
bitching about it now. It's fine.
It's okay. I brought this upon myself when I designed this area, so
You made a labyrinth. You basically said, "Yeah, let's make this complicated."
complicated is fun. All right. Anyway, so you guys settle down. You're taking a long rest, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Settle down. Bust out some rations. Jovengard opens his up, so you don't need to mark off any for you guys. Okay. Before you go to sleep, I will say you can now identify whatever you want
Okay, cool.
in the packages. All right. Just tell me exactly what you're doing.
That's ominous.
So, because I know which items to bring up and
Okay.
what specific things you're investigating.
Okay. Does anyone actually care about using a great axe? Ow, bit my tongue. Ow.
Pardon?
Does anyone actually care about using the great axe?
Not me. I got a magic sword that I can actually use.
Jovengard would tell you that the great axe would fetch a very nice price at maybe a blacksmith's.
Probably. I'm just wondering whether we need to identify it now or if we could just leave it for whenever. No one? Okay.
I think we just leave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gets a miss.
Mhm.
So we've got the bow. Illyria probably wants to know what that is.
Yeah, you'd need to identify it first.
Which I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I do.
All right, it is a +1 longbow.
Cool.
All right, so I will add that to her inventory.
What else was there? There was the armor.
And the robes.
Basic leather armor, and its clothing is just basic stuff.
Okay.
Well, let's see what's in its bag.
Yeah.
All right.
The mystery bag.
As you open its bag, how are you?
I check for
opening it?
traps.
All right, roll an investigation check.
Can I help him?
No, you would not have any training or idea of this, but
15.
15. There's no traps, but it appears to be locked with a small lock.
Oh, shit.
What's the lock made of?
It's like a brass lock.
Okay. If everyone would take a hold of the bag.
1 second. This is a bag, not a box.
Well,
Yeah.
yes,
You could-
Is the
you
bag
could also-
itself magical?
You would have time to ritual this. No, but there is a very powerful magical energy coming from inside the bag.
Okay, what's
It's like
stopping
it's
us
like
from
one of
moving
those
the fabric of the bag?
one of those kind of cases where you like flip over the top like a leather top and then lock it. It's like one of those.
It's like a satchel.
Like a satchel, yeah.
Okay, what's it made of? Is it leather or fabric?
It's made of good hardy leather.
Okay, and is the lock mundane or magical?
Oven would be able to tell. No, the lock is not magical. There's just a very powerful magical essence emanating from the box, from inside of it. Yes, you would be able to smash it open. Because I know which direction this is heading.
We can just cut the piece of leather where it's being locked shut off, right?
Yeah, you could.
Less likely to damage it than smashing it open, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we do have a nice fancy great axe that we just got randomly.
You also have swords and knives and a bunch of other stuff too.
Actually, we don't have many of those. We have
I have-
German's
I have
sword,
a
and that's about
sword.
it.
And Illyria's got a blade of some kind, I'm sure.
For the sake of
Illyria has
this,
daggers.
Gurman, sick of the bickering, you just take your sword, kind of slide it under, and just take off the top of it. Inside
Neat.
the,
I mean, it's kind of a shame. It was a nice bag.
you can inside of the
We have a nicer one.
inside of the box, you can see a sort of object wrapped up in a cloth that is roughly the size of your forearm, like the average person's forearm.
What shape is it?
It actually kind of looks like a forearm, but a bit larger, and it is. You can't really tell too much because of the wrappings, but it is a long cylinder. Is what you can tell. Would any of you like to unwrap it?
I think we should see if Oven can identify it via ritual before we do that.
That is
Just-
something I could theoretically do, Dungeon Master.
All right. You casting identify?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was asking more than saying that's what I'm going to do. I don't know whether I can identify things through wrappings.
You can. I'll say because it is technically the object.
Okay, I do.
Okay. You cast identify. I need you to make an Arcana check.
Can I assist him with that?
No.
21.
21. Okay. Through the wrappings, you can immediately tell that this item is called. It has a name. It's called the Gauntlet of the Fire Starter. It is a
Fire starter.
incredibly powerful magical item. Upon attunement, it would make the user much harder to hit, would increase their strength, and give them access to a bunch of different spells that they could use. It is cursed, however. You are unsure of the exact nature
Oh god.
of the curse, but with your roll, you feel like once putting it on, it would probably be very difficult to take off.
I say all of the things just to fill the silence because I know what's happening in people's heads right now. Yeah, I say all of the things that you just said.
In case you're
Yeah,
wondering about
uh,
it. In case you're
Could we
wondering
ask
about the
Jovengard his opinion?
Jovengard says he'll do an Arcana check on it too. Yeah, he knows jack shit about that.
Oh boy.
Got a 2.
Arvin
Plus
is
5.
very tempted to just stick his thumbs in his ears and just go, but he refrains.
Any idea into the nature of the curse? It would probably be probably couldn't take it off except with magical means once attuning to it.
I really want those. Gorman says quietly.
German has
Okay,
expressed his...
At this point, we should probably all imagine Illyria going off.
Illyria... fuck, god damn it, now you're gonna make me roleplay.
What would Illyria think of this situation?
The second you say it's cursed, no, she reaches down, grabs the gauntlet, puts it back in the bag. Any of you would like to stop her?
I would.
All right, you will you grab the gauntlet from Illyria and say,
Now, don't be hasty. These could be very useful.
what do you mean they could be very useful? You saw what happened the last time we had a cursed item.
And the last time before that?
And the time before that. And the time before that.
Have we had 3?
And that one incident with the potion.
Oh yeah, that too, yes.
I had no problems with the incident with the potion, I'll have you
Of course
know.
you didn't, you cur.
Cur, am I?
I don't mean to insult Garmin, but we have a history with these objects. We cannot simply put them on willy-nilly.
Who said anything about putting them on? I'm thinking we could see if we couldn't remove the curse, possibly. Because all those other things sound very useful.
Very well, but I'll be watching you, German.
Of course.
All right. I'm just looking at Jovengard's stuff. Does he actually have remove curse? He does.
Oh. That would have been useful about, I don't know, 6 games ago. So, yeah.
Okay.
What do I have to do to learn that?
Jovengard has taken a short rest at this point, and he says, "You never told me you were cursed, Bandok. I can certainly remove it for you." All right, so he is going to attempt to break the curse on
Bandok
okay.
holds up a hand towards Jovengard. A moment, please.
Very well.
Bandok considers each of the people sitting around him, including looking at Devlin, where he's presumably sitting on Illyria somewhere.
Yeah, he is he's like curled up like a sort of draped over it, his head and tail hanging down the front of her torso.
He nods to himself once, then moves slightly out from in front of Jovengard and gestures towards the gauntlet. There are far worse curses in this world to bear than the one I do.
Very well. Your choice is your own, then. All right.
German looks like he wants to say something, but refrains.
All right, he's going to attempt to break the curse on the gauntlet. Okay. As far as I know, I've broken whatever curse is on this thing. But remove curse is more, it would be used to remove ailments from creatures, typically. It's not often meant to completely remove curses from items, but I've done the best I can.
Thank you. Can I make an Arcana check, or do I not have the training needed to discern that?
You would need to have training in like specifically magical items, and you wouldn't have that training being a sorcerer.
Fair.
Or well, you never specified any training in your background, so
Yeah.
Oven may be able to, but
I don't have anything specific, so
Yeah.
it would probably require a pretty good roll.
That's fair. Well, nothing risked, nothing gained.
That's not what the phrase is, but okay.
Whatever.
are you gonna put your arm in it?
I'm going to, yes, put my arm in it and attempt to attune.
All right, you put your arm in it. Brace yourself. Nothing happens.
Neat.
Yet, it will take the course of 3 short rests, about 3 hours to attune to this item.
Does long rests affect that, or
Yes, it would. You just take about 3 hours during your watch, attune to the item, and then go to sleep.
Okay. So are we gonna do our long rest now, or?
Yes. So everyone except Gurman right now hit the long rest button.
I already did.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'll hit the wrong rest button, but at some point during the night, Bandok will sort of open his eyes, take a quick look around, then pick his way over to wherever Jovengard is.
Okay. That will be after this. Gurman, you've hit the long rest button. Kiana has. Let me just.
I haven't.
Do it. Oh yeah, you haven't. Fuck. What was I saying? Long rest. Okay. I'm just.
You said for me not to.
Yeah. No. Not actually. Yeah. Go ahead and hit it.
Okay.
All right. Lyria has her longbow. Okay, Gurman. As everyone else dozes off to sleep, you're still looking at the gauntlet. It's now on your arm at this point. You're sort of inspecting it, trying to see the magical properties. And hold on, let me pull up a picture of this item so I can tell you what it exactly looks like. And I'll send a reference photo too. From the maze, you hear rumblings. Like huge, like the sound of huge stones sliding across stone. Just, I can't make that sound properly. Just, and it's actually shaking some of the walls of the maze slightly. Make a perception check for me.
$21.
Off in the distance, not any near your place in the maze, you can hear steps of some sort of something massive. And then after a bit, they stop.
A golem, perhaps?
If you'd like to make a check, I could tell you.
Sure, what kind of check?
That would be a straight intelligence check. Just roll a d20 and then add your intelligence modifier. I saw that, Duncan. All right.
18.
18? You rolled in the wrong. Oh, wait, you got an 18? I can't see it.
That's that.
Oh, well.
It took a
just...
second to show up.
Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, 18. It probably is some sort of golem. Or some other creature of that size.
Oh boy.
All right. So as you finish attuning to it, the item, you can now look at it, gauntlet. It has a red, gold, and black color scheme, and from about it cuts off right before your elbow, and you see designs of what looked like two red gems, one at the base and one in the middle way up your arm now, surrounded by a sort of black metal with a gold trim. On the palm and back of the gauntlet, there is a triangle you can see, and there's a handguard which is made of what seems to be pure gold. Each of the fingers has a little its own individual section, are made out of the same black metal, which is very loose in your grip. It doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything. Let me send a picture of this.
Is it in my main hand or my offhand?
It would be your main hand, your right hand.
Okay.
It's a specifically right-handed gauntlet. And as you finish attuning to it, you start to feel this pain coming from your arm inside the gauntlet. Like it's actively heating up.
Oh, good.
You feel your body start to change upon attunement. Your once lithe and somewhat on the skinny side form seems to almost pulse with a bit of muscle as you feel yourself grow in weight as your muscles enlarge and tense slightly. The burning pain on your arm now has reached a point where it's nearly unbearable, and it feels like your flesh is welding to the inside of the gauntlet. You clutch your arm in pain, dropping to the ground, letting out a wordless scream as you feel sharp pinpricks of something jam themselves into your arm, and you can't hold it anymore. You scream in absolute, utter agony as this thing is burning itself and digging into your forearm in the most painful way possible. Your scream wakes everyone else up. And what you immediately see is the gauntlet glowing a radiant orange and red glow around Gurman's arm, blood pouring out of where the gauntlet's end is, and he is screaming in utter agony.
Constitution saving throw to see if I pass that.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Went into the photos half expecting to see the boosted gear in there.
15.
You see blackness on the edge of your vision, but the pain is too much and it forces you to remain conscious. All of you wake up. Illyria is rushed over to Gurman at this point and trying, but Gurman, your vision is completely a haze of fiery red pain. Oven, Bandok, Kiana, and Jovengard, you wake up and see Illyria tending to your Gurman on the ground, and he's just screaming in agony. Gurman, you immediately suffer 2 points of exhaustion upon tuning to this thing.
Okay. How do I make note of that?
I'll give me a sec. Essentially, with 2 points of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on all ability checks, and your speed is halved. And then, eventually, the pain stops, slowly subsides. Through the haze of pain, you don't feel your forearm anymore. You feel the gauntlet, and experimenting a bit, the gauntlet's fingers are moving to your commands, your body, and rather than the gauntlet being on your arm, where you have put it on, it's actually shrunk to the size of your arm and has now replaced it.
Oh man. I
Illyria is freaking out and is smacking your shoulder, saying, "You shouldn't have done that! What did I say?"
You were right.
I will add this item to your inventory now.
So, Gavin has he has a mechanical augmentation now, you might say. One that he perhaps had no intention of getting. You might say that he didn't ask for this.
Jesus Christ, I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Why?
I was kind of hoping Gavin would just jump on it, but
I don't get the reference.
oh, that's a shame.
You never played
Okay.
Deus Ex, did you?
For those who want to know what it does, the gauntlet has 5 charges and regains 1d4 plus 3 charges at dawn. It's cursed and will replace the user's right arm upon attunement. It gives you +2 to your AC and strength. And you can expend one of the charges to cast any one of the following spells. And you can expend more charges to cast as a higher level. You can cast Firebolt, Control Flames, Burning Hands, Fireball, Flame Blade, Wall of Fire, Pyrotechnics, Immolation. And then those are all the spells you can cast with the gauntlet.
So what you're telling me is it's an unholy fusion of Edward Elric's arms and Mustang's abilities.
Correct.
I'm gonna assume those charges are based on spell levels because that's hilariously broken if it isn't.
Those charges are based on spell levels, but spells from the gauntlet can only be cast up to 5th level.
Right. So if he were to cast Fireball at base level, which is 3, that would still be 3 charges instead of just 1.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. I fucked up the description of that. Oh, wait. No. No, you can expend 1 charge to cast Fireball 5 times. Individually.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes, and Yerman just lost his right arm.
Okay, but that also makes any other caster in the party, say, for example, useless until, like, 10th level. That's insane.
You're also assuming we don't keep coming across fire-immune creatures.
Yeah, actually, Casey's right. I do need to change that. But
I agree, honestly.
for now, per level of the spell, you have to use the charges up to that level. Cantrips count as 1.
Seems more balanced to me.
Yeah, like, having access to 5 3rd-level spells at level 4 is crazy. It's literally crazy.
It is.
Yeah, just give me a sec. I need to edit that out.
Thanks for speaking up.
Yeah. And that too.
I feel like that was sarcastic because I just gimped your item, but okay.
No, I'm serious. I'd rather it be that way.
Condition.
I'm not familiar enough with all the spells to know to speak up, you know.
Immolation. Yeah, give me a sec. Edit. All right. This is just a roleplay thing right now. Will I edit this item?
Holy shit, Immolation is a level 5 spell. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Even with it being brought down like that, it is still an incredible trump card. Like, holy shit. Levels. Even if he can only cast, like, Immolation once, that's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Oven, as you get a better look at this item, I need you to make a history check for me.
Okay. Oh, it's 5. Okay. 20. Unnatural 20, that is.
Okay. That's still enough. So you know that this item is a very powerful item, and there are 3 others like it in the world, each corresponding to a different element.
Are they all gauntlets, or are they for each limb?
For each limb. But Gurman, just to let you know, this item has now permanently taken up that slot of attunement for you.
Wait, so that's the
now
third one?
It's permanently taken up one of your attunement slots.
Seems fair.
Yeah. Like, to compare this to other items in D&D, there are, I think it's a Ring of Wizardry, which is like a pretty like good item that will give you an extra 1st, 2nd, and 3rd level spell. And you just got one of those up to 5, is what you just got. It's crazy bananas.
Yeah, I'm editing it so it's not as brokenly OP as possible.
Just think about how crazy bananas the shit we're gonna have to face is, assuming that this is any indication.
That's a fair point.
All right, Gurman, hit the long rest button. You're good.
I thought you told me to already do
Yeah,
that.
you already did that. Whatever.
So, I'm not seeing it in my inventory. Are you still editing?
You're refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still editing it too. So. All right, keep refreshing your page. The item should be fixed now. All right. After the Gurman's recent episode, and I'm sure Illyria will have, when her character gets back, she'll have a mouthful for you. But anyway, for the rest of the night, who wants to take the watches? Gurman, you are unable to as you have passed the fuck out.
That's fair.
Also, for the next day after you finish this long rest, you'll still have a point of exhaustion.
What does that do? It just gives me the disadvantage.
You'll have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Yeah, and it sticks with you until you rest. Long rest, that is.
Which removes 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah. Who has the best
Bandok
perception?
Bandok will take last watch.
All right, there are two more.
Illyria has.
There are 2 watches to do.
If Illyria takes Illyria and Devlin take the next one, then Bandok will take the last one.
Okay. Bannock, do you have dark vision?
No, I do not.
All right, so you will, to see anything, you'll have to have a fire for your watch. All right. I will make 2 perception checks for and Devlin. Devlin's with advantage. So a 9 from Devlin and a... Yeah, they rolled shit. Bandok, I need you to make a perception check for me.
$17.
All right, as you wake up for your watch, you've heard some rustling before. for this long rest, quick pause at this dramatic moment. All of you each gain. The party collectively, you four, gain 1,800 experience total, divided by 4 to each of you. And you would have been able to increase your level. Yeah. 450 to each of you, and if you leveled up, you can go ahead and increase your level.
Right, that's me level 5.
Alright, I believe you got an extra attack for that one.
Yep.
Not quite there.
I'm close.
Illyria's
Fucking
pretty close.
fighting pit.
Alright, Bandok, you wake up from what appears to be rustling, and you do not see Illyria or Devlin.
Shit.
Wait, no. Hold on. Okay, now, Bandok, you specifically, and anyone else who would like to join, you're now entering a certain sequence of the maze. I'm giving you a couple warnings. Your actions are timed right now. And if you don't make certain actions in time, different things will happen. What do you do?
Wake everyone.
All right. Everyone else, you wake up. Bandok shaking you. You come to a start. Bandok, what do you say?
Illyria and Devlin are gone. I saw nothing, but heard something.
How gone?
Vanished with no trace.
No trace. Okay. Can I have Thwomp assist me in trying to see if there's any trace whatsoever of where they might have gone?
Perception check with advantage.
That's 20.
20?
Self 20 again.
Yeah, self 20. That's good enough. The maze floor isn't really dusty, but you do see hints of someone being dragged off, and you see a couple strands of hair making a little trail for a bit before there's no more hair on the ground. You can tell that she's been dragged away by something.
Okay, so she's been dragged away, so something has taken her. What should we do?
There's no other option to choose from. We pursue.
Indeed.
Okay.
At this point, the maze, the inside of it, you can see that night has come, and it is nearly pitch black in the maze. If you don't have dark vision, you pretty much cannot see at all.
Wait, I have an idea. I want to cast Locate Object.
Locate object?
Yep.
Okay. I need to refresh this music, but okay. All right, tell me the details of the spell.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you have seen it up close, within 30 feet at least once.
And what object are you trying to locate?
Illyria's bow.
You have definitely seen that up close and personal. Currently, the bow is on the move. It's going up to the crossroads where you guys previously entered to reach this dead end, and it is about to turn.
Okay, I don't know if it's definitely where she is, but I know where her bow is, and I know which direction. So So
One of us has a torch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I suggest we light it, and I can use control flames to increase the radius of the light.
All right.
Okay. This lasts for 10 minutes, so we should get a move on and chase
Alright.
whoever this is down. Probably.
Unless someone has a cast light spell.
I do. Light.
All right. You guys have bright light in with the control flames and with the light. You have bright.
Shit, no,
you
I
have,
don't. No, I don't.
No. With the control flames and the light of the torch, you have about 30 feet out from where you are of effective range of sight. All right. As you guys keep moving forward, you go through the maze, making haste because this is your friend, and you see her. Wait, hold on. Actually, I need all of you to make a stealth check for me. And this isn't a stealth check, right? This is a stealth check to see if you're being quiet.
18.
You are the knight. Ooh, okay.
9.
Oh, right. Okay.
9.
Yep.
Okay. Gurman, Kiana, and Jovengard. Okay, they rolled well.
3. I'm probably still adjusting to the arm
With
and,
disadvantage, Gurman.
Oh, well.
Roll again to see if you crit fail.
Ow. 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 That's what I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Gurman actually is a lot more buff now.
Really?
Oh my god, he
really?
actually-
For fuck's sake.
So, Gurman, as you cast control flames to light up the torch, you're a tiny bit unfamiliar with the gauntlet, and the flames just go making a huge noise and casting a massive amount of light, like 120 feet, as you quickly try to get it under control. And then you're a little shocked by this, and you're not really paying attention, and you actually hit Fwump, who's on the ground next to Oven, and you trip, dropping the torch. It doesn't go out, and your gauntlet just hits the ground. Kang! It makes a big fat noise.
I am just getting all the shit on today.
Getting you guys together, you rush forward to where Oven, the bow has, and it's stopped moving since Gurman's made the noise, and that was about like a minute or two ago, and you guys can see Illyria and Devlin actually just standing there. Devlin is standing nearly straight up on her shoulder, his scales like hackled and raised, and he's like trying to tug at Illyria's hair, but she's just standing there, sort of limp, not moving.
You haven't got.
just-
Do you have any dispels?
I don't know if I do. This is weird, and I've never heard anything.
I'm
He's
90% sure it's an enchantment.
He's looking for He does, but did he have any prepared today? Yes, he did. Okay, so Jovengard. Yes, I do. I have Counterspell and I have Dispel Magic, whichever you think would be better.
Counterspell has to be used while it's being cast, not after the effect is. Dispel, probably. Dispel.
All right. So he's going to attempt to Dispel Magic. Need to look at the traits for this. Any spell of 3rd level. He's going to cast it at 3rd level. 10 plus the spell's level, okay. This is... Hold on. I'm doing a second because this gets a bit weird. Okay. So you cast Dispel Magic on Illyria, and you see her form kind of flicker weirdly, like almost as if she got. It's like when someone jams you in the shoulder with cold hands, and you just go "Nyeh," like that. Her form does that, and she just like shakes it off, turns back to you guys, and goes, What happened?"
You were taken from the camp. Come back. Come on. Bandok, takes a few steps away from the others, beckoning you towards them.
Yeah.
Can I do like an Arcana or Insight check to make sure that it's gone?
Insight check.
Damn it. Soft 20 again.
As far as you can tell, this is Illyria, and whatever effect was on her has ended. She looks confused. She looks a little bit nervous. And she also looks a little apprehensive, and you reckon that would be to reckon I'm Southern, and you figure that maybe because of she has no idea how she ended up here.
Fucking enchantment. Right. Okay. Do we continue trying to follow? Well, we have no idea where she was going to go. Do we?
And she'll tell you, I have no idea what happened. She just
Could
shakes.
Devlin tell you anything?
She looks to Devlin for a bit, and Devlin is still like standing up, hackles raised. He's like, no, whatever this was affected him too.
No, it didn't.
You actually see Devlin, his scales are like still raised up, but he's started to calm a bit, and Illyria then describes it to you. How the familiar bond normally works is I get images and feelings, but I have nothing from whenever I started my watch up until now.
Devlin was still trying to pull you back.
Oven, what's your armor class?
Fuck, I didn't cast it. Okay, 13.
13.
I need
This
to know whether it hits because
is not Illyria, and you actually see Illyria rapidly draw a short sword that she doesn't normally carry and rush forward, stabbing towards Oven, moving at a blinding speed. Oven.
does it hit me?
Yes.
I cast shield as a reaction.
Shield raises your armor class by how much?
5.
What's it now?
18 would be what it is now.
The roll was a 24 to hit.
Fuck.
Oven, because you were not expecting, actually, just roll a d20 and add your initiative to see who would be able to react first, because this determines whether or not this is a surprise. This is all happening in seconds, by the way, guys.
23, critical.
They got a 22. They have +8 to the initiative.
Mine was a nat 20.
Nat 20. So you do get off the shield, and this is not a surprise attack. But you still take 2 + 5 or 6 So that would be... You still take 11 points of piercing damage as the sword just slashes much deeper than you expected against your torso, and you begin to bleed profusely, taking an additional 4 points of bleeding damage.
Okay.
And what you guys see now is the face of Illyria begins to change and shift form. And you see a blank gray face with pale, pupilless eyes and white hair as they just grit their teeth. They're wearing all Illyria's clothing and armor, and have thrown Devlin off of their shoulder at this point. You know, I personally didn't expect you to figure it out. But it seems that this one is more proficient in conversation. Able to pick up on these subtle hints.
Is it talking about me? It can't be talking about me. Also, ow.
Oven, you take another 2 points of bleeding damage.
Okay, if someone could stab this thing, that'd be great. Like,
Roll initiative, everyone.
as it continues to stab me.
This thing is definitely good. Whatever this is definitely
18.
okay.
10.
Do I roll new initiative or?
You would use your previous initiative.
Okay.
All right. And just to let you know, nat 20s don't count for initiative. They just are the highest you can roll. Because initiative is the straight number. Okay. But since you critted, I allowed you to cast shield.
My score was higher anyway. It was 22 to 22.
So, this thing comes up first, and you see it grin and say,
Wait, it's going first?
It got a 24 on its initiative.
I thought you said that was the attack roll.
No, I said everyone roll initiative, and I said you get to use your last initiative from this.
Yeah, I mean, the attack roll when it hit me was 24, and that's why it beat my shield. But then you said the initiative roll was 22.
Yeah, for its initiative. So, Oven. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pfft, we're using the same ones. What am I thinking? Oven, you're up first.
Okay. Well, it's right up on me, so...
Yeah, it's right up on you.
Yeah.
At the start of your turn, you take another 4 points of bleeding damage.
I'm kind of dying here, you guys. Very quickly. It probably doesn't count as a person.
It does.
It does?
Yes,
Would I know
it
that?
is a humanoid. It's the same shape and size as Illyria, pretty much. It counts. It would count as a humanoid, and you...
Does it still have a sword in me?
No, it's taken the sword out, but the wound is very deep and it is just gouting out blood. You can use your bonus action to try to end the effect.
Okay, I will do that because I have nothing to do with my bonus action. Also,
make either a Constitution saving throw or a medicine check.
give me a second. Constitution it is. 1 second. Nine.
You try to close the wound, but it's still bleeding profusely.
You're a dick, whatever you are. Okay, whole person.
What save does it need to make?
It is Wisdom 13.
All right. Rolled a 16 plus 4 modifier. You cast the hold person and see this thing briefly seize up before it breaks out of it.
Of all times for my luck to run out, this is a really bad one. Okay, that's my turn. I can't run away because it'll just hit me again.
You all are more perceptive than I thought. Rest assured we will meet again. But on different terms. And, you see this thing, snap its fingers and teleport away into the darkness. Okay.
Alright. First thing Bandok does is... what was it called? Cast Divine Sense.
Divine Sense?
Yeah.
What is that, tell me the details of the spell.
As an
Or
action, I can detect good and evil. Till the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
60 feet. You sense, but do not see. This creature has teleported to the middle of the crossroads. Has gone... which way? Has gone right. And before it blips out of your range.
Okay. Second thing Bandok does is immediately run to Arvin and use Lay on Hand.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Alvin, how many points of lay on hands do you use?
15.
15, and you'll use 5 of them to end an effect, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so Alvin, you were getting 10 hit points because the 5 were used to end the effect.
Okay. Again,
Or is that how it
thank
works?
you. It almost killed me in one hit. It's cool. Squishy wizard. It's squishy.
All right, what do you guys do? As Devlin is with you now, but Illyria is not.
Does the familiar bond work both ways?
No.
Okay.
Illyria can issue commands to Devlin, but she can't show him where she is.
I'm kind of stuck. Locate object won't work anymore because that thing has all of her objects. We can keep tracking that if we want to.
I think that would be wise. Because wherever that thing is, it might well lead us to Illyria.
I agree.
Angrily, apparently.
Very angrily.
Okay, I'll do it again, and I will use locate object on the sword that I got stabbed with, that I got up close and personal with. I'm very familiar with it. It
All right.
felt painful.
As you locate I'll say you can keep concentration on locate object.
I would have had to break concentration for the...
Make a Constitution saving throw, just for the purpose of keeping concentration.
What's concentration roll?
It is either half the damage or DC of 10. So DC of 10.
So, do I have any bonuses to that? I don't actually...
That would be your Constitution saving throw button for concentration checks.
Okay, so just Constitution's the modifier?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 21.
Yeah, you have concentration on it.
Oh, now I get good okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Locate object. Can I switch it to another object? Well, I guess I don't
Sure.
really need to.
I'll allow it. So you know that wherever this object is, it has gone up and south. It has essentially gone down the right passage out of the crossroads that led into the area you guys were resting. And it is slow. It is moving, and it is. Does it say you know the exact location or the general idea?
It says I know exactly where it is, I can pinpoint its direction, and I know whether it's moving.
It has
And which way it's moving.
whatever creature this is has actually climbed up on the walls and is waiting near the crossroads.
Okay, it's trying to ambush us from up, like the cat things did.
All right.
I'm suddenly very glad I got all those utility spells. Yes?
When it drops, tell me. And Bandok sets off after it.
Devlin goes with you, Bandok, and is on your shoulder, hissing and you guys keep moving, and you eventually reach the crossroads. The light from your torch cascading between the two passages. You look up and you don't immediately see this creature, but on the ground you do see Illyria bound, gagged, and unconscious with an arrow sticking out of her shoulder. Her personal equipment has been left with her.
So she's there, mostly fine, and this is before we get to the doppelganger that is further along, yes?
Mm-hmm. Illyria is about 30 feet from you, and you guys have not approached her yet.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm a bit confused now. Oh, right, of course, you used it on the sword. Never mind.
Yep, I'm tracking the sword, not the bow anymore. He also doesn't know that.
Yeah, that was out of character, in case I needed to make that clear.
You get the idea that... Actually make a general... I'm going to make a sneaky boy. Make a sneaky boy check. That would just add your intelligence modifier.
You spelled it wrong. It's sneaky boy checks.
Sneaky boy check.
What? So are you rolling, or is someone else rolling? I don't...
You roll. Add your intelligence modifier.
Who?
Like, is all
Me
of us,
or Bandok, or all of us?
Oven, you. Because you're multi-classing into rogue next.
Okay. Intelligence check.
Yes. There's a reason for the madness.
6.
Yeah, man. Why the hell didn't it not keep wearing Illyria's stuff? You really don't know why. But you get the feeling that there was a reason, not because of locate object, that it abandoned her stuff. Are you still keeping concentration on locate object?
Yep. It's probably coming close to running out, though, I guess.
It is currently at the crossroads. It is along one of the walls and maneuver.
I didn't catch that. Sorry.
The object is slowly maneuvering away.
Maneuvering where?
Maneuvering towards the south of the maze, along the top of the wall, probably about 60 feet up.
Okay, if you want to still chase after it, Bandok, it's going that way. But I don't know whether it's wise.
Bandok grits his teeth as he looks up at the top of the maze. It will come again. It will come again.
Oven, as he
And
said,
with that said, he immediately moves over to Illyria.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Who?
Bandok.
Right.
"12.
What you did not notice before is that there were tripwires set up around Illyria, and you've tripped one of them. And as the wire plumbs up, a dart shoots out of the darkness, stabbing into a chink. Actually, it's stabbing into the side of your exposed neck. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Historically, I'm not very good at these. 6.
Okay, you only suffer. You suffer 13 points of poison damage as this powerful burning feeling explodes from your neck, as you've been hit with a very potent poison, and you are now poisoned for 1 hour.
Lay on hands, 5 points.
All right, you are no longer poisoned.
Okay, this is.
Bandok reaches up to his neck and yanks the dart out, throwing it aside.
Oven, your locate object has it's a range of
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. The whatever this creature was is now at the crossroads, above you all. Would you say you guys are like right on the threshold of where the passage comes out, and then you have the choice between two paths?
I don't know. I guess I probably would have just sort of been behind Bandok wherever he would have been, which was just going through traps.
Yeah, you guys are right on the edge. So, you see this creature has whatever this was. Your blip on locate object has been climbing up the edge and has disappeared into the anti-magic.
Shit.
And you hear the giant sliding of stone as the passage that you guys have come out of, the walls are now starting to close. Oven, you know this is because of the conjuration magic that was along the edges of the walls in pretty much every corridor. It's slowly beginning to close.
To clarify, is it closing as in the walls are coming inwards and then as if to crush us, or closing as in they're closing off?
They are closing off, and Gurman, Jovengard, and Kiana have been hanging back, and they are they're starting to close off from the rest of the party. I need you all to... What do you guys do?
I would try to run forward.
All right, easily enough.
So the party doesn't get split.
Yeah. Easily enough, you guys avoid being split off. And, but the area you guys previously were in closed off. And now that you're out in the maze rather than in the passage, you can hear that same sound echoing through the halls from various different locations in the maze.
This maze rearranges itself, doesn't it? Gurman asks aloud.
So it would seem.
Oven just kind of looks at his map, holds it, screws it up. Doesn't throw it away, but just kind of screws it up and chucks it in his bag.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Who?
Alright.
Oven.
$17.
Just before you rip your map, you realize
I didn't say
Oh,
anything about ripping it. I said I'm gonna screw it up into a ball and then chuck it in my pack.
Oh, before you scroop it up into a ball, you realize, oh, the doors are closing, not fucking rearranging the entire maze, because the conjuration magic was only on the passageway between different areas, rather than the entire sections of the maze switching around. This is me as a DM telling you, doors close and doors open in the maze. The maze doesn't change.
Oh, okay.
That's markedly less bad than it could have been.
Yeah, and markedly less. The intelligence saving throw would be that aha moment before you ripped up.
Okay. That's still bad, because it still means there are dozens of routes that we probably missed that will not even be on our
So-
map. But
Did we gather up everything before we ran after the doppelganger?
Yeah, you would have.
Okay, good.
yeah, I mean, all of it was in the bag of holding if we weren't planning on just using it right now, so, yeah.
And Jovengard has his own bag of holding equipment.
Bandok is, at this point, visibly volcanic with rage, and his shield is making some distressing noises
Okay,
as his fist clenches around the handle.
but buddy, let me just check for traps, and you can do your thing for friend Illyria.
Oven, the blip has reappeared on the concentration of on your locate object spell, and is now about 120 feet up at the threshold where you guys are, just sitting there.
It's
on the wall.
watching us.
If it comes low, tell me.
All right. Easily enough, Oven, for the sake of brevity, you're able to find a path to Illyria, ungag her, untie her. She is currently and you would gather probably due to an effect of some sort of poison.
Wait, you said it's 120 feet up?
Yep. Sitting there, watching.
I
Because it doesn't know about locate object.
What's the range on?
Locate object's range is 1,000
No,
feet.
not that. I'm looking at my spell ranges.
Fireball has 150 foot range.
Yeah, it does. Magic missile has 120. That's 60.
I could catch it off guard with one of the spells on this damnable arm of mine.
Far as it knows, you guys don't know where it is. But with
Okay, Gammon.
locate object,
Maybe on 3 we both go and cast at it.
Works for me.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, and I cast magic missile at the thing that is 120 feet away, which is exactly at the range.
it is in the range.
And I cast fireball.
Gurman, make a general. Often would have told you where it is, but I'll say make a general intelligence check to try to, because it's one thing hearing where something is, it's another exactly pinpointing it 120 feet away when you cannot see at all. Because the light from your torch only goes up about 30 feet. The rest is complete darkness.
Seven.
It'll have advantage on the save because you're not exactly centering it in, but I'll still say it hits.
Okay.
All right, roll your magic missile damage and damage for your fireball.
It's 2nd level, by the way.
Roll that damage then. All right. What's the save it needs to meet, Gurman?
I'm
DC 18, correct?
Yeah, and I'm rolling fireball as a 4th level.
Okay. even with advantage, it failed the save.
14 damage.
Okay. 14 damage. German, roll 9d6.
Wow, that's really fucking bad.
That's a lot of ones
Four.
there.
4 natural ones, 26 damage.
Total of 40.
So, you see the fireball burst up into the range. It needs to make a dex saving throw to stay on the wall. That was an 18 plus 8. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So it's managed to stay up on the wall, but you reckon howdy y'all. My southern side's coming out. You figure that you've just done a ton of damage to this thing, and it was not expecting it at all. Oven, your blip fades out as it moves about another 80 feet up and vanishing into the anti-magic field.
Okay. It's backed off again. I can't track it.
Oven and German, what are your armor classes?
14.
13.
Okay. Okay. Both of those hit. And I didn't say it before, so it's not a sharpshooter shot.
Wait a second. Let me just check. Wait. Shield was the spell I got for the fucking sorcerer adept or whatever it is, right?
I believe it was.
Shit, that means I can't cast it again.
Alright. So, Oven, you take a total of 9 points of piercing damage as an arrow sinks out of the darkness and stabs into your foot. German, you take 11 points of piercing damage as one shoots down and stabs through your leg.
Wait a minute. Arvin is supposed to be like right next to me, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, then Bandok, you take 9 points of piercing damage.
Must have been pretty damn high to hit.
Halved to 4 because you're resistant to range damage because of the curse. And at this point, you guys have two choices. You can either all roll initiative, or you can run. Because we're actually going to cut the session off there, because I need to do something very soon. But starting next session, you will all have the choice of either rolling initiative and attempting to fight this thing, or running.
Bandok, do you happen to have enough lay on hands remaining to wake Illyria?
I have enough left for one poison or disease. If it's not one of those, she's not waking up.
Add a character, didn't DM say it was?
It was a poison.
Then in that case, yes, I can wake her.
Mm-hmm. Use 5 points, wake her up. For the sake of brevity, she gathers her gear and prepares to run or flee. As you can see now, those don't hit anyone. Several more arrows kind of out of the darkness and hit into the floor. Just.
It's at a range that none of our spells can actually hit it, and it can hit us just fine. I don't think this is a fight we want on these terms.
I am inclined to agree.
So we're
I think
better
we should
served
regroup.
running an unknown area of the maze.
Only you guys, the area you previously came into, that's still marked on the wall and you can see it with your torchlight. Or you could go back further into the maze.
I have a very bad idea.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh yes.
We're going to hear what this bad idea is, and after it, we're going to cut the session. What's your bad idea?
Everyone gets within 10 feet of me. We buff my armor class as much, if any, as we can, and I hold the shield up towards where the arrows are coming from.
You're right, that is a terrible idea.
And then what?
We wait for it to run out of arrows.
We're going to cut the session right there, because that's that's a perfect place to stop.
That's amazing.
Oh god.
I have a feeling Illyria is going to have something to say about that.
Let me just check something real quick. Nope. I was going to say I could cast Mage Armor on you and that might help, but no, I can't cast it if you're wearing armor.
All right, you can cut it whenever, man.
Alright, that was fun.
Unfortunately, I can't cast Blade Ward on anyone but myself.
Hmm.
I might be able to cast False Life on him though.
I would make you roll for it because it is a self spell, but
I
will
have
let-
Shield of Faith, so I can actually give myself a +2 to AC.
Dude, though. Good game. Dude.
Th-
That
thanks.
was pretty
Also, wait a
tense.
minute. This doppelganger what is it? Like what creature?
It's a doppelganger.
it is actually a changeling.
Oh, well, they changed the name of it, I guess, but
It's
yeah.
no, they're different things in D&D lore.
Really? Hmm,
Yeah.
Okay.
Doppelganger, the one you guys fought previously, is a created construct. Changelings are a race of beings.
Interesting.
Okay,
But
so
they're
do
both
they
basically
count as a creature
assholes.
type, or
It counts as a humanoid.
Changelings would be humanoid because it's just a race. Doppelgangers would be
Constructs.
monsters, maybe?
Either constructs or undead.
Yeah, but they're assholes because what they do is they kill someone and replace them, basically.
That's what it was trying to. You guys would figure this out easily, but it was trying to essentially. It had kidnapped Illyria, and was trying to infiltrate your camp as her. Devlin was on his hackles because he went to go find Illyria, and essentially found the changeling, but it didn't have the same feeling as Illyria. He was like, eh.
Good stuff, though. Also, we apparently used some music that had some stuff that's like not license free. So
We actually never got into that music.
didn't we? Oh, cool. Okay.
No.
That was
This is license-free music that
Sweet.
I'm playing right now.
yeah. Okay.
Well, good game, y'all.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.
I
I didn't think they were going to beat the Fullman. That thing's pretty strong.
That thing's invulnerable to everything. Specifically, everything
not
I have.
elbow drop, not to being elbow dropped with a radiant magical shield.
Fair.
I'm into that now. I'll send you the wiki page for the Fullman has.
I find it tremendously amusing that the things that were most effective weren't the 2 crits, but were the fat raccoon and the couple of magic missiles.
Bye, everybody.
Good job, friend of.